Living in a doomer generation is scary. We don't know what the future holds, and we are constantly being bombarded with fear and anxiety about it. The threat of nuclear war looms ominously on the horizon. Natural disasters strike with increasing frequency. Animosity among people is widespread. Climate change advances, and numerous species are being pushed to the brink of extinction. Disagreements and finger-pointing occur daily, but one thing people agree on is that the Earth is dying, and we're the executioners. I, for one, disagree with this statement. Humans cannot and will never destroy Earth. First of all, let's consider what Earth truly is. It is a rocky planet, formed in our solar system around 4.54 billion years ago. If no unexpected events occur, then the theorized end for Earth is 7.5 billion years into the future, when the Sun expands and swallows the Earth entirely. Since the human mind struggles to process such immense timescales, it is helpful to represent it in human terms. Given the current life expectancy for an average human is 73 years, if the formation of Earth marks its birth and its end coincides with the end of human life expectancy, we are now living at the 27.53-year mark on the Earth-human timescale. Now let's take a look at the first era that the Earth enters soon after its formation, the Hadean era. At this time, the surface conditions were unlike those we're familiar with now. Instead, they were more similar to the surface conditions of one of Earth's sister planets, Venus. Characterized by extreme heat reaching up to hundreds of degrees, frequent volcanic activity, heavy bombardment of asteroids and comets, and a lack of a stable atmosphere. The young Earth was indeed a hellscape once, extremely hostile to life. If we take the worst environmental atrocities nowadays, ones that are said to be the cause of Earth's destruction, they wouldn't even hold a candle to the environmental conditions during the Hadean era. Therefore, how can one logically state that the Earth is dying because of our actions when our very existence is the proof of Earth's resilience through worse conditions than we're currently facing right now? Since the end of the Hadean era 4 billion years ago, there might be slight changes on Earth's surface, but it can be said that the Earth will largely remain the same near spherical entity spanning 12,742 kilometers in diameter. Currently, the Earth's highest point, excluding the atmosphere, is Mount Everest, at almost 9,000 meters above sea level, and the lowest point is the Challenger Deep of Mariana Trench, close to 11,000 meters below sea level. If we were to shrink the Earth to the size of a standard pool ball, which is about 57 millimeters in diameter, the difference between the 2 points on Earth is merely 9.6 micrometers, or approximately 0.156% of its total diameter, which not even human touch is able to detect. This minute distance, this thin strip, is where our range of influence or damage is limited to on Earth. As we take a look at the array of potential man-made apocalypses, nuclear war, climate change catastrophe, global pandemic, AI takeover, and environmental collapse, we realize that none of these would exceed that thin strip in terms of the damage it would bring. Imagine that. Our range of influence is lesser than a mold on a rock. How could we conceive of annihilating this vast celestial body? Even if somehow one of the man-made apocalypse does actually occur, we can't be certain that all life will be eradicated entirely, because the Earth is not a stranger to extinction-level events throughout its history, witnessing the repeating disappearance of a significant percentage of its plant and animal species. There are a collective of 5 major extinction events, coined simply the Big Five. And the most devastating one is the Permian-Triassic extinction event, known as the Great Dying. The cause of this event remains debated among scientists. Regardless of its origins, this event resulted in the extinction of approximately 96% of marine species and 70% of terrestrial vertebrate species. Yet amidst the devastation, life persevered. And it is not unlikely for life to endure similarly if faced with any of the man-made apocalypses. We humans may falter and die, but the flames of life may still flicker. While varying theories of accidental creation of a black hole, such as in a particle accelerator mishap or exotic energy experiment exist, these scenarios remain highly speculative and currently considered extremely unlikely. Therefore, the only conceivable means to properly destroy the entire structure of Earth, along with all its life, lies in natural ways, specifically by cosmic occurrences. This includes collisions with large celestial bodies, exotic high-energy events such as black holes or vacuum decay, stellar events involving our Sun or other stars such as supernovae, gamma-ray bursts, or stellar collisions. Should any of these events unfold, they could either destabilize the Earth gradually or swiftly bring about its destruction. Yet take solace in the fact that the likelihood of such events occurring in the foreseeable future is extremely low, although never zero. If we are indeed so insignificant in the grand scheme of Earth's existence that we could not destroy it entirely, even if we wanted to, does this render our environmental efforts invalid or pointless? Why advocate for environmental awareness? Why promote recycling, proper energy usage, or even better waste management? Because this was never a race to protect Earth. This was a race to protect ourselves, to protect life, to maintain that delicate balance of taking and giving, to play our precise role in the natural order that we've established. For most species, life is simpler because they only need to consume themselves with feeding, reproduction, and how to obtain more of these resources. While humans, we are driven by desires and ambitions that extend far beyond feeding and reproduction. This unique burden of intellect compels us to take more from life, but this also obligates us to give back more, to protect everything that is going on this thin strip of life upon our rock. The Earth does not actively care about us. Neither our existence nor extinction holds significance to it. Earth has existed and probably will continue to exist long after we're gone. However, strangely enough, there's comfort in this realization. The moment we know how insignificant we are to the world is the exact moment we realize how significant we are to each other, and maybe perhaps the more we try to be.